Hi, I'm Jim.
I'm Rhenda.
We're Heartiness Approach.
And we are taking a mental health day today.
Sometimes you gotta.
You know, some people, I just saw an article actually that said, how to take a mental health day and let your boss know. Well, we're our bosses. And I think
it's really hard to get permission from us to take a mental health day.
It is really hard to get permission from us, personally, because I still feel guilty when we take a mental health day.
Yes, you do, and yes, I do.
So why do we need a mental health day? Well,
I needed one yesterday, so this is a day overdue for me.
You did need one yesterday. Yesterday he was, if you read my blog, you read about a day we had with Murphy yesterday.
Now we have good friends named Murphy. That's not the Murphy we're talking about.
No, Murphy's Law was in, can I just tell them what happened yesterday, or is that okay? Would you like me not to tell them?
You can tell if you get it right.
I'll get it right. So he was amazing and fixed the car.
Not yesterday.
No, last week, and the truck. And so we finally had the truck to be able to use again to go and get a trailer borrowed from a friend so that we could go and get hay before the storm hit. So we went to get into the truck for the first time since it was fixed, and it was riding really rough, and the check engine light went on, and then it blinked, which is not a good thing. And we were on our way, so he pulled over into a parking lot while I ran in to get something, and he looked.
I have a code scanner, so I checked the codes that it was showing.
And it was a 356, which meant cylinder, cylinder 6 was having a problem. And
a specific problem with the coil.
Yes. And so he had to look and see, well, can we even use it right now? And he was like, okay, if we use it a long term, it's going to hurt the catalytic converter, but we can probably go get what we need and come back. So we did that. We went the half an hour away to go to pick up the trailer. And as he backed up, I was like, oh my goodness, we forgot to get the ball that goes in the back of the truck. Right?
Normally we have it in the truck. We had taken it out because we were somebody else was going to use the truck for something else, and it didn't get back in. And
so we had to go all the way back to the house to get it, and all the way back there. And so we did it. We got the trailer, and then we went to go to the place to get the hay, and he goes, this isn't the way we've been before. This isn't the way. And I wasn't with him before. And I'm like, well, this is what the GPS says.
We were actually going to a different place.
But we didn't know it.
Same people, but a different place.
Yeah.
So.
But the GPS had us turn right, and it said, you've arrived. And there's this big field full of hay.
Well, not the hay and round bales. Not something we could use. So we knew it was the wrong place.
So he called him up. And we were supposed to turn left, and it was just down the road a little bit. And he was the nicest guy. And then things started turning around. But when we got home, he was super uptight. And when he gets uptight, he doesn't yell. He doesn't get mad.
I'm kind of like the airplane, the little airplanes with the propeller. You wind it, and the rubber band gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. That's kind of what was going on for me yesterday. And
I didn't want any global amnesia or stroke or heart attack or anything going on. So I'm like, we need to fix this. Well, it was the truck that was weighing on him. And so last night he was able to talk with our mechanic's son, who put his mind at ease. We haven't done anything about it.
Well, he helped me understand what happened. Yeah, well, we got to buy some parts. Yeah. I got to do some testing until I know which parts, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do.
And it's not that expensive, and it's easy to do. So that put his mind at ease.
So just for those of you here who are like, what are you talking about? What it amounts to is the problem that I had to fix on the truck. When I started it, there were several things I had to take off in order to get to this rail thing that's on top of the valve cover, and it's because there was a leak, I thought, in the fluid lines that are there.
Fluid lines.
Yeah, and so as I'm working on it, what I discover is the leak was actually somewhere else, but it made it look like it was there. And so it was something else that I had to fix that I was able to fix, and that's great. But I had taken the spark plug wires off, and I had also, there's another cable I'd unplugged. So I'd plug the cable back in, put the spark plug wires back on. Everything's tight, firm, and so forth. In my mind, it should be okay. And when I got talking to my mechanic son, he says something that is common, that he's run into a lot of times, is on this kind of an ignition system, that if the spark plug cables are really old, and the connections, they've been there for a while, and everything is working okay, but if you unplug them, just the mere touching them and unplugging them changes things to where when you plug them back in, they don't always make the right connection. You broke what was the connection, and I'm sure there's some detailed explanations about why that is, but once you've done it, either the spark plug is bad and it's not going to work, or the spark plug cable has a problem, and so it's not always making the connection to get the fire going into the
So we're
spark
just going to
plug.
replace them, right?
So, well, he told me how to test it to determine if it's the plug or the cable. I know it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I
We'll
shouldn't
probably
say
just
not.
replace them.
It's been a lot of miles. So I'll just replace the cables. They're not very long, and the spark plugs. Not a huge job, and that'll get us over that problem. But anyway, he's like very positive that's what's going on with this. It's very common.
My dad used to say, if you want a brand new car, replace the spark plugs, and your car will run amazing.
It often is a big help, and it's time. Once again, I don't even begin to question it.
So anyway, that was yesterday. So today, I woke up. Now, yesterday I was doldrummy.
Yes, that is a nice description.
And today I'm spiraling down. And so we finally just said, okay, we need a mental health day, because we always talk about eating right and exercising and being emotionally well. Well, there is something to becoming emotionally well.
Something you need to also keep in mind, both of us have worked in very stressful environments and dealt with a lot of stress, and we dealt with it. I mean, it was how it was. You got up, you did your job, you handled whatever you had to handle, and you went on. And we've done that for a long time. And there were days when we might have been blue or down a little bit, but not to the point of, oh, I can't go through with this. Something's really bothering me. We just sucked it up and did what needed to be done until
we crash.
Until we crash.
So we don't want to crash. So we are taking a mental health day, and we may take one tomorrow too. But that's okay. I think we have so many things involved in our life right now, you know, by making the videos, by writing my blog, by working to get...
We've got animals that need taken care of multiple times a day. I mean, we've chosen to do it 3 times because we're spreading their food out instead of one big lump or 2 good-sized lumps. We're doing it 3 times so they don't just eat it all and waste some of it all in one setting and then have to wait a long time for the next one. So we feel it's a little healthier for them, and it also gives us a chance to look in on them at least 3 times a day, which is a great idea, especially during bad weather.
So yes, and today was a sleety, snowy, icy day. So yeah, it's doldrummy outside too. Anyway, the other thing I've been trying to do is to get my nutrition practice off the chopping block. And
chopping block.
Get it off.
Starting block.
Starting.
Just use the right analogy here.
Maybe
in your mind it's on the chopping block, right? You're fired!
Anyway, I know it's all better than going to work for someone else, but you still have to take a mental day. And I just got to get it going so that we have some income coming in, because the income that we have is great, it's just not enough.
Well, it isn't.
And that weighs on us.
If we didn't have projects, if the house didn't need us to spend money to get it finished, I mean, the house is not finished. If the farm didn't need things to happen to it for it to stay functioning, you know, just on and on, there's a lot to setting things up. And I mean, it outstrips our resources.
I mean, we promote homesteading for seniors, and we still do. Because we've looked at each other and we're like, well, do we sell the place and move to an apartment? Well, that would make depression 24/7. So, no, we don't.
Plus, too, for us to get an apartment that would cost less than what we're having to spend for a place to live.
We couldn't get it. Our mortgage is so low. It's crazy.
The only difference is that in an apartment, we're not worrying about
animals.
The equipment we need to take care. It must be 4 o'clock. The equipment we need to take care of, the land, all that's going on here, the infrastructure, and then having the animals, the things we're trying to do there. I mean, we could just live here and not do anything to the property. But that's I can't see us doing that.
Why do we talk about this today? We just sit here and bare our souls, you know, and it's like, But
we know we're not unique. We know that we're not the only people who are faced with emotional challenges of, wow, there's so much to do. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of stress. This is pretty common.
So we took a quiz on because we have cravings, and cravings are part of being human. And so there's 5 different kinds of cravings. It's one of the things that I've learned about. And we were taking this little test, and we got to this one, and he answers yes, 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 yes. And I answered yes to all of them, and I said, we are stressful cravers. So when we get stressed, we crave. So today we made cookies. But we didn't make bad cookies. I made them half whole wheat. I made them with 1/4 of the sugar it called for, and I put in coconut sugar. I put in chia seeds. I put in peanut butter. All these healthy things. Normal people that are not used to eating low sugar would just think it's a biscuit. For us, it's a very big treat.
It's a treat, yeah. It satisfies that craving.
We made peanut butter oatmeal cookies with coconut in it. So, unsweetened.
Slightly sweetened.
No, unsweetened coconut.
Oh, unsweetened coconut.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, organic. Everything was organic in it.
Okay. But we had a treat.
We had a treat.
To satisfy our craving.
Yes, because of our stress. And I think it's really good that we can sit and talk about it, because I don't have to pay a therapist.
Thank you.
And we don't get on to each other about it. So
yeah.
It's good.
And sometimes it's a little difficult to work through it, because there's a sense of guilt that, boy, I didn't accomplish very much today. And we've got to struggle through that and realize that, okay, we could have just ducked our heads and dug in, and we'd feel even worse tomorrow. I think we're going to feel better tomorrow and be ready to tackle the things that need to tackle it. And most likely, we'll get done in one day what it would have taken us 2 or more days to do.
This is true. So taking mental health days are important, whether you work outside the home or whether you work inside the home.
How about it's not just your home, it's kind of out on our property. Whether
on
you
our
work
property.
At your place,
right.
Whatever it might be, for yourself.
Right. We have our cow. Our calf is in our milking parlor. Our cow is in the loafing shed, and we kind of play this dance with them when we move them around. And that's because it's so icy and snowy today.
Yeah, we have given the cow the option of where to be, and it looks like she's outside when she thinks she's going to be able to get in somewhere to get something to eat. But otherwise, I think it looks like they're spending time inside. The calf doesn't have a choice. We really don't have a way to give him an option to be outside or inside. Just the way things are set up. There's only one door that we can have access to the outside, and it would be to the same place, and we're trying to keep them separated because we're trying to wean him, so lots of challenges there. We're working it out. We are milking twice a day right now, trying to get her down, keeping her so that her udders are really healthy, and yeah, so there's some stress there for me. Processing the pig next week, more stress, but it'll be okay. We're gonna get it together, right? Yes. We don't want to leave you on a complete downer. Tomorrow we are taking a little trip to Mountain Grove to pick up our feed. If you are from Missouri or from our area and you would like some really good organic feed, you let us know, because when we go down there, we'd be happy to bring back bigger loads. Yep. And I think we'd expect a little help on the gas but and stuff. It costs a bit to have them deliver it. They're willing to deliver. More. Yeah. Typically, well, not typically, their minimum order is 250 pounds, which is 5 50-pound bags. So that's what we're bringing back for ourselves. That's what we're using. If we were to order larger quantities, we get a bigger price break. So that kind of helps. And so this is kind of our starting of saying, hey, this is a great source. If we can find others who are nearby here and we can combine to go pick up larger quantities, we can drop the price down, because for what we're seeing for 200, it's coming out, how much per pound are we saying? 21, no, per pound. For a 50-pound bag, it's about $21. Oh, okay. So for complete organic, no soy, non-GMO, which is recently ground. I mean, they don't grind it until you've ordered it. Yeah. So it was ground yesterday, for instance. We've had them grind it the day we picked it up. Yeah. So it's fresh. It hasn't been sitting around deteriorating a bit. So it's a great source of great feed. I would like to tell you one of our ideas, because I want to end on a really high note. So we have ordered 50 chickens. And Jim had this incredible idea today, of which I'm going to share. Are you okay with me sharing it? I'm okay with that. Okay. So we've ordered 50 chickens. 50 chicks, little chicks. Baby chicks. The sea monsters. Yeah. And we are going to have advertised that we're going to have a workshop to a freezer camp workshop. Is that what you called it? Yes. A freezer camp workshop when they're ready. So it'll be at the end of May. Freezer camp, because we're going to put it on Facebook, and we can't say chicken, and we can't say that we're selling chicken. It's going to be an event that's called Freezer Camp Workshop. Okay. And so we're going to, for this workshop, we're going to have instructions that are printed out for them. They can videotape anything they want to. It's going to be $20 a family, $20 for one family or a couple to come. And they get to take home a chicken with that. It's fully processed. They want to buy more. Ready to freeze. Yeah, if they want to buy more, they can. And so that's what we're looking at doing, and I'm really excited about it. We haven't done a workshop yet, and I think it will be really, really fun to do. Yep. So it's a great way to learn, great way to be around other people who are interested in clean, real food. Very pasture-raised, on-complete organic. Yes. Well, thank you for coming with us today on our little path down mental health healing. And that's okay. We all need it, and we admit it. Yep. If you have not subscribed, we would love it if you'd subscribe and share. And my blog that I am doing 365 days in a row is healthyhope.life.
And you can go to there and click on the blogs. And can you put it on the screen for them so they can see
We
that?
can do that. There's actually 2 addresses they can use.
Okay.
Your new one as well.
The other one is called addictionrecoveryhope.life. So they'll both go to the same thing. Anyway, thanks so much for being with us today. Bye-bye.
Bye.